I really enjoyed the Burns cage. This is the 17th episode of the 27th season of The Simpsons, directed by Rob Oliver, and I don't know when it happened. I can't think if there was a specific episode where The Simpsons went, yeah, we're going to stop alluding to Smithers being gay and we're just going to come out and say it. And this is exactly what we get in this episode. I think it's been done in previous episodes, but certainly not to this extent because Homer actually brings up Grinder on his phone and he tries to find a date for Smithers because obviously Smithers is so caught up on Mr. Burns. And near the beginning of the episode, he sings this fabulous song. And I loved the line that when he sung, "My heart is covered in burns." I just loved the double meaning there. I thought it was so poetic and so beautiful. And Homer endeavors to help him find a date. And I don't want to say what happens with that, but I just love the fact that the episodes are finally starting to say, yeah, Smithers is gay. We're not going to hide it. We're not going to even just allude to it. We're just going to make it the focus of the episode. As I said, I don't think this is the first time they've been open about it. There have been a couple of other episodes where it's not just been something they're alluding to, but where it's been stated very clearly that Smithers is gay. But in this one, definitely it's at the forefront, and it's what I love about it is that it's not making a big song and dance about it. It's not saying, oh, Smithers is gay, what do we do about this? How do we change our attitudes towards him? Do we act differently around him? Do we talk differently to him? There's none of that. It's just acceptance straight away, and not only acceptance but encouragement. And I think that was really effective. Also, the person Homer hires when they're in Moe's Tavern, he hires somebody from Grinder for a specific purpose, and I loved it. I just thought it was rather entertaining and unexpected. So the direction that story took, I really liked. There was one moment I loved, but it's a spoiler, so I'll talk about that in a moment. The subplot involves a school production of Casablanca and Lisa auditioning for the lead. Milhouse also wants to play the lead, but this random suave young boy comes along and auditions, and Milhouse feels very put out. And I loved the actual narrative of the play and Lisa auditioning for this and seeing the stage and the set designs. Not that there was much of a set design, but seeing the staging and things I really enjoyed. But that character, the annoying boy who was in Milhouse's way, I didn't like him. I didn't care about him. I didn't find him to be interesting. So that's not what I wish they'd done with that narrative. Maybe if it had been Nelson, I think it would have been more interesting. I think that would have worked quite well. It also would have been a good opportunity to show that actually people who you might not think would be good at being on stage could actually be very captivating. And I think it would have been a great opportunity for them to do something with that character. But nevertheless, they took the direction they did. I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't enjoy it as much as I could have done. But the main narrative I really liked. So a spoiler from now, well, two spoilers. There are two bits that I loved. One because of how it made me feel, and the other bit just because it's something we basically never see. So spoilers from now. And the bit that I really thoroughly loved is when Mr. Burns gave Smithers his performance review. It was so brief and so effective, and I didn't expect it from Mr. Burns. When Mr. Burns was saying, I'm going to give you your performance review, I was waiting for a gag, a joke, a punchline. Not that that's not what I wanted, but it's what I expected. So when he said he was excellent, it was just amazing and just a long time coming, I think. And I think it worked really well. And the fact that it was brief, I think that was also very effective. And the other bit I loved was when we had Smithers and Milhouse in Moe's, because that never happens. Not only does Milhouse rarely go into Moe's, but Milhouse and Smithers rarely interact. So I thought that was pretty nice as well. So there are a lot of things in this that worked well. There were a few things, as mentioned, that I didn't personally love. Oh, comic book guy is Hello Kitty. I loved that as well. I thought that was it looked fabulous. It really did. Okay, yeah, that's going to be living in my head for quite a while. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a really good episode. The story with Lisa could have been better, or at least the story with the romantic lead in the play could have been better, but ultimately, I really enjoyed this episode.